Hello and welcome back. I'm Constantine and today we're going to solve a problem, add strings. And this problem, it's an easy problem technically, but the pattern that we're going to use to solve this problem is used in a lot of other more complex problems. For example, there is a linked list problem where you have to add to linked list the value, and it's using exactly the same thing. So once you get this question, you will be able to figure out like much more complex questions with the same requirements. So let's go through the problem. They give us two strings, which are basically representations of integers, and they want us to add these two strings. The key here is they put this condition, because otherwise we would be able to do this fairly easy, but we're not allowed to use any inbuilt functions, or we're not allowed to turn these strings into big integers and just add them. So let's see how we do this problem. So let's go to our whiteboard and think about this. If in our case, if our string 1 is 4, 5, 6, and our string 2 is equal to 77. How would we do this in real life, right? Like in our, I don't know, third grade, how would we calculate this? So we would go 4, 5, 6 plus 77. So we would go and calculate 6 plus 7, and it's 13. So we will write a 3 right here, and we will have a carry, and we know that will be a 1, right? And then 5 plus 7 is 12. So we're going to add this carry. So now it's going to be 13 again. And we still have carry of 1, right? And now 5 plus nothing, 4 plus nothing, we're adding this carry, and right now it's going to be 5, right? So exactly the same logic they want to see from you when you implement the code. This implementation, how we're doing that. So let's think about it. We know that we have to start from the end of these two strings, right? So we're starting from the end, so we're gonna have two pointers, which will start at the end of the strings and will go all the way until both of the strings are gonna be exhausted, until the pointers will be greater or equal to 0, right? And we'll have a result, right? And our result right now is empty, a string result. So, and we'll have a carry, we said, right? And this carry initially is also 0. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna try to see if, do we have any value here? This first pointer, do we have any value? Yes, we do, 6. So we're gonna get that value, and let's call it x1. So x1 right now is 6. Do we have a value at this pointer? Yes, we do. So let's call it x2. And now this is 7. So now let's sum it. Let's see what's their sum. So we could call this value, and we'll have 7 plus 6 plus this carry right here. Since our carry is 0, we're just going to have 13, right? So now we can't output 13 here, so we need only the last element right here. So we'll do this mod 10. So right now our value is going to be 3, and we can output this 3 right here to our result. And our carry becomes 1. So our carry right now becomes 7 plus 6, exactly the same thing, plus carry, plus 0, still 13, but right now is divided by 10. So we're getting this to 1. So we're moving forward now. Now we're decrementing our S1 and S2. So right now this is our S1 and this is our S2 pointers. So now we have 5, because we have some value, and then we have another 7 right here, and then we have 12 plus our carry, which is 13 again, divided mod 10 is 3 again. So we're appending our result, and to our result we're appending another 3. And then we're doing exactly the same operation. Instead of here we have, and we're gonna get a carry again. We're using this carry, but we're having another one. Good. So now S2, this pointer right here, our second pointer, it was greater or equal to 0. So right now we can't move anything here, right? There's nothing left of this 7. So we keep gonna move our S1 pointer, And right now our x1, since this pointer is still valid, we're gonna get the reference. We're gonna get this 4 right here. But since this pointer is not valid anymore, we could just add a 0. So again, value right now is 4 plus 0 plus carry, which is 5. So we are appending this 5 right here. And carry is 5 divided by 10 is equal to 0. So all we have to do right now is reverse the string. So you see, all we have to do now is 5, 3, 3. In case, if you have this carry, the last iteration, you still have something in this carry, all you'll have to do is just add it at the end of the string. For example, if you have 9 plus 1, so initially you would have a 0, right? And both of your pointers right now, you can move to any pointers, but your carry is 1 right now. This is your carry. So after you've added the 0 to your result, you're just gonna add one more 1 at the end, and then you're reversing it, and then you'll have 10. So I hope that made sense. Let's go super quick and code this problem. It's not too hard, but I think like once you kind of like it's a good pattern to have under your belt, because you're gonna use it for more complicated problems. So let's do a string builder, and we're just gonna call the result equal new string builder. And then we said we're gonna need a carry, right? So int carry, and it's gonna be equal to 0. And we said we need 2 pointers, right? So I'll call it p1, which will be equal to num1 length minus 1. And then exactly the same thing, I'll have another pointer p2, right? So they both start at the end. And this is num2 length. Nice. So right now we could just start our while loop while p1 is greater or equal to 0, or p2 is greater or equal to 0. So we go as long as we have any numbers. So right now we could get those two values, x1 and x2. So we could have int x1 equal to p1 greater than or equal to 0. So is this valid? This pointer is valid? If it's valid, we could just, we could probably get character get numeric value of num1 char at p1. So in this case, we just get that last number 3 and we convert it into an integer and we store it into x1. But if that's not the case, if our p1 is not greater than or equal to 0, right, then it means that it's invalid. So if that's not the case, we'll just have a 0. And we could do exactly the same thing for x2. So our x2 right now is, we're checking for p2 right now. Get numeric value of num2 at p2. Otherwise it's 0. Good. So now let's have a value equal to, and we said is x1 plus x2 plus our carry, right? And all this is mod 10, just because we want the last number. And our carry, we need to update our carry again, as we said, because in case if it's greater than 0, we need to have that 1 in case if it's 11. So it's exactly the same thing, but divided instead of mod. So, and after we've done that, the only thing that we have to do is decrement our pointers. So 0.1 minus minus and 0.2 minus minus. So we're moving them towards the beginning of the string. So after we've done that, we said there's one more condition that we need to check, right? In situation where our carry is still 1 at the end of the strings, we need to add that carry in the result. So after we're doing this, we could check if our carry is different than 0, we can append it to our string. So result append carry. And one more thing we need to do here. So after we found out the value, we could just result append that value to our string. So after we've done that, the only thing that we have to do right now is just return the string, but we need to reverse it first. So we could just do return result reverse first, and then we'll convert it to a string, since this is a string builder. And that should be it for this problem. This pattern, you will be using it in some other problems, as I said. So it's useful to kind of like visualize how it's working. And once you get it, like the logic is not too complicated. So once you get it, you'll be able to just reuse it and reuse it as whenever you'll need it. So that's it for this problem. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any suggestions or any comments, please write them below. Yep, that's it for this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.